Hey everybody, Jason here again, and glad to be back this week. Glad to be back at it. It's been had a great week off with the family at family camp in the mountains, but I was aching to come back pretty early on because I missed my internet access and the community and developing and all that stuff because I'm a nerd. So glad to be back. It's been a good week already so far. Um, there's a couple major things that we've tackled for LaunchBox and big box development. One is we've added image priorities. Okay, so if you, in LaunchBox, you can go in and specify, okay, for the boxes, I want to prioritize the official front box first, and then fan art comes after that, and maybe you want to also show banners for the front boxes, et cetera, et cetera. You can customize the boxes, you can customize the screenshots, you can customize the carts. There's all kinds of additional options there that we've added. And LaunchBox now takes full advantage of all the different image types on the LaunchBox Games database. So we have crazy number of things. We've got, of course, boxes, carts, 3D boxes, 3D carts, all that kind of stuff. And then we just recently added, the last thing we added was the ability to easily switch between your, in the LaunchBox view, the main LaunchBox view, you can now switch between boxes and 3D boxes and carts and 3D carts and screenshots. And soon you'll be able to put clear logos in there as well. I have that on my list to do. Then we're also working on implementing that same stuff in Big Box. It's really, really nice to be able to quickly switch between all the different images in your boxes display in LaunchBox and also in Big Box. In the cover flow view, it'll be easy to switch between the various types of images just with a particular hotkey. And I have most of that built. I'm just wrapping up a few little minor things with that. So we should have that stuff out before the end of the week. The existing beta already does support switching between the boxes and 3D boxes and screenshots and all that stuff in LaunchBox itself. So that's been fun. And then just yesterday in our LaunchBox development live stream video, I announced that we have a new forums, basically new forum software in the works. I love our forums. Our forums are wonderful because of the people that we have on there and because of the content. We got incredible content on there, and the majority of our traffic comes literally to those forums. And so it's a very crucial, it's very important to the state of LaunchBox and LaunchBox's growth and all that stuff because the forums are kind of the lifeblood because all the new traffic, we get all kinds of new people coming in from Google via those forums. So they're very important. And unfortunately, the forum software is a little bit and it's not so great. Mostly because it's on PHP on top of WordPress and all that stuff. And it's just a plugin. It's a WordPress plugin. And the biggest issue that we've been having with it is just performance is horrible. And part of that is because it's on IIS on Windows and all this stuff. But so I don't want to bash the plugin or any of that kind of stuff. But there's lots of issues there. And in the live development stream video that I put out yesterday, I did show what that's going to look like, or the beginning stages of what that's going to look like. So you can go check that video out if you'd like. But that's very exciting. This new software that I'm using, I actually paid money to purchase it, but I get the source code so we can tweak it to do whatever we want. I didn't have that kind of flexibility with the old software. Well, I did, but not so much because it's in PHP, and I don't really feel like tweaking PHP code. So, anyways, all kinds of positive things coming at you very soon with the forums. When we go live with the forums, I plan to go, my hope is to go live with the new forums this weekend. When we go live with the new forums, things are going to get a little bit simpler for a while. For example, at first we're not going to have the various groups that we had. So some of the fun stuff is going to go away, at least until I can get that implemented. Because I want to get the new stuff up for performance reasons as early as possible. Because I know the performance right now on the forums is just not very good. It takes forever to load the pages, and it has nothing to do with our server hardware. It has everything to do with the technologies that we're using and the combination of technologies that we're using, and it's not very quick. I can't cache anything, so it's not working very well from that perspective, performance-wise. So anyways, we're going to get these new forums up, and the new forums are awesome because they're super quick. Everything just comes up immediately, which is really, really great. And then the ability to tweak everything. We're going to make them more responsive eventually, all that kind of stuff. So that's exciting. Going from there, like I said, this weekend we're putting out. I'm hoping to put out the new forums. And do the whole migration. All the content and everything else will stay there. Your users will all stay there and everything else. However, the one thing you will have to do is you'll have to reset your password. So when you see the new forums come up, and trust me, you'll notice because they're very different. They're more attractive. So when you see the new forums come up, you're going to have to just click the forgot password link, and you'll be emailed the password to be able to log in, and then you can change your password and all that stuff. Obviously, your passwords are all stored in encrypted format that I can't get at on purpose for security reasons. So I can't migrate those passwords over. So that's why you're going to have to go through that password reset process. So hopefully you have an email on your forums account that is valid that you can get at that stuff. If not, you might want to change your email if you can on the current forums. All right, so that is the forums. So I'm actually super excited about upgrading those forums because that's something I wanted to do for a long time. But so that's coming this weekend. And going forward, we have several plans. One is to streamline the custom themes. I still have that on my plate, and we're getting to the point very soon where that will be a main focus. And also part of that as well is coming up with a plugin system. We will start doing the plugin system mainly for big box, but I plan to eventually open it up to pretty much everything. So that's a priority right now as well, coming up with the beginnings of a plugin system. Now, when we first come out with the plugin system, it's not going to support anything and everything. We will add support for whatever we need as we go, but the plugin system is going to start by supporting the themes primarily. So that is coming. And then finally, I mean, I've been putting this off for ages. I haven't gotten a whole lot of excitement from the community on it, so that's why I haven't been jumping on this. People are a lot more excited about other things like custom themes in particular. So I haven't focused on this, but it's something we really need to do soon, and that is contributions to the LaunchBox Games database from within LaunchBox. I mean, I've wanted that for so long, it's crazy, and I keep putting it off based on community excitement and all that stuff. But I assume there's still plenty of people out there that are excited about being able to contribute to the LaunchBox Games database from within LaunchBox, because I really think that will help us to populate that data out tremendously. It's already really pretty extensive, but we can make it even more extensive by allowing people to easily upload their collections. Anything missing in their local collections upload to the cloud. So that I'm excited about as well. So that's basically what's coming up for the immediate future. There's all kinds of stuff that we have planned out as well, but that is the immediate approach going forward. I did have one question that I wanted to address in the comments from the video from 2 weeks ago. Michael Spahn, he says, when should we expect the ability to delete games from the LaunchBox Games database? Will it be a moderator restricted function? So obviously I haven't been back into work on the LaunchBox Games database in way too long. I've been working mainly on LaunchBox and Big Box because that's what the community is most excited about right now. But obviously I need to get back to the LaunchBox Games database and clean up a few things. It is in need of that pretty bad. It's been put off for a while. I'm going to be the most glaring omission right now is the ability to delete games. So I will be adding that here very soon. Probably next week is my expectation on that. I'll be focusing at least a day on the LaunchBox Games database, and will it be a moderator restricted function for deleting games? It will not be a moderator restricted function. However, moderators, like everything else, will have to approve when a game gets deleted. So just like everything else, the moderators will have to, 3 moderators will either have to approve, or 3 moderators will either have to reject the deletion before it goes through. But I'm always open to feedback on that if people have a better idea in that department. So that's it for questions and the outlook and everything. Now, I have been waiting for something like 2 weeks to do this in particular. Here I have Master of Magic, the big box of Master of Magic. And I'm not sure who else played this game, but for me, this was the very first strategy game that I ever played. And it's not your typical, it's not your real-time strategy game that everybody's used to these days. It's a turn-based strategy game. And they don't really make very many turn-based strategy games anymore. But man, I love this game. I played hundreds and hundreds of hours in this game. It's incredibly extensive. It says 386 or 486, so it's way old. I'm trying to find the date on it. 1994 is when this came out. So basically, the way it works is you tell your troops where they're going to go. You build everything you want to build in your cities and all that stuff, and then you press the next turn button, and the computer does their stuff, and then you're back to your side. So it plays a little bit like a board game in that sense. But man, it's so extensive. It's just insane. There's I want to say hundreds of spells. I'm pretty sure there's definitely hundreds of spells in this game. Hundreds of units and heroes and everything else. You play as different wizards, and I really had a blast with this game growing up. And I actually had it when I was too young to play it. And then over the years, it took me a couple of years to actually figure out how to actually play the game because I was so young. But really enjoyed it. And we are actually going to not only take a look at it, but we're going to open it up for the first time. This is a sealed copy. I found a sealed copy for relatively cheap recently. So I'm so excited to finally open this guy up, and I'm waiting to open it in front of you guys. So like I said, this is sealed. So let's open it up. Should probably have a tool here. That's okay. All right, the plastic is off, and we have, the box is actually really nice for this game. We have a sleeve. If I can get it off. There it is. So there's the sleeve. I don't think I showed too much of a close-up of this, so I'll do that here real quick. There's the front. And then we have the back. Okay. And just a white box, but this is more solid than they usually are, so that's appreciated. Open it up. And let's see what we got here. We got floppy disks. This looks like disk 1 through 4. High density 3.5 inch floppy disks, and then disk 5 through 7. So there are 7 disks to this game, which wasn't that uncommon back in the day. And I remember everything about this game. I remember the installation process and everything. It's ridiculous. I played it so much. Here's your registration card. Get the competitive edge with the MicroProse hint line. The technical supplement, hardware and system requirements. Ooh, a nice Magic Advances chart. That's pretty cool. And the spell book. This is pretty neat. I mean, it's got 50 pages of all the descriptions of all the spells. And yeah, there's definitely hundreds of spells. It's really awesome. And then, of course, a nice thick instruction manual. And I think as a kid, I read this front to back, actually, which is a pretty incredible feat for me. Because it's like 160 pages, and it's a lot of technical details. It's very RPG-like, of course. But yeah, that's it. But man, this game, really glad to have a copy of it. Was tempted to keep it sealed, but there's no fun in that. So I'm going to be actually pulling out an old computer and installing it from the floppy disk so I can get the whole experience here with Master of Magic from Microprose in 1994. So one last thing, guys, before I go that I almost forgot about, but it's actually really awesome, and I'm actually pretty excited about it myself. Rain Stumble from the forums. He's been really awesome. He's obviously a really stand-up guy. He came to us. He was working on building his own front end, actually, and then he stumbled on LaunchBox and Big Box and decided to jump in with us instead, or start using LaunchBox and Big Box instead of building his own front end. And he then he had a bunch of artwork that he had paid for various platforms, for various systems, and it looks really, really awesome. So I'm going to try and put an image of some of that artwork here in the video. But he has given this artwork to us to use in LaunchBox and Big Box, and I think it'd be an awesome fit. I think it's gorgeous. So really excited about getting that artwork in there. But it only covers like maybe, I can't remember how many, it's like 10 systems. So it would be awesome to be able to get this stylized artwork for all the systems. And we have a GoFundMe campaign, or he has created a GoFundMe campaign to go out and get the same artist to build the artwork for the rest of the platforms. So it'd be awesome if people could check that out and consider donating to that. Basically, he is going to use the money to pay the artist to come up with the rest of these images. I don't believe it's going to be easy to get, images that match up really well and are that attractive and all that stuff without just going back to the same artist. So for that reason, we would like to pay the artist to come up with the rest of the images. And I can see them replacing the banner images in Big Box optionally. You certainly don't have to. We'll provide multiple sets of images. But I'm excited about that, and I would appreciate it if everybody would take a look at that and make a decision as far as whether that's something they would like, and if they do and have a little bit of spare money, if you guys can contribute to that GoFundMe campaign, that would be incredible. So thank you, everybody. I will be live streaming on Monday as usual at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.